everyone, meet Lauren, aka my beautiful mermaid, aka my guinea pig, and she's got some tentacles coming out of her eyeball right now, but it's been situated, she's okay. This look was inspired by Max. They did a similar mermaid tutorial, which was what spiked my interest in trying to do this. I'll link their channel down below if you want to see how they did it, because they are practically professionals and I am not. But you gotta learn somehow, and I'm sharing that journey with you guys on here. So if you want to see how I did this look, just keep watching. The tentacles are actually made out of aluminum foil because it's light and malleable for the most part. When you're doing this, be patient. It's actually a lot harder than it looks. Maybe Max is just that good, but yeah. So be patient when you're shaping the tentacles, and if I were to have gone back, I would have made them look a little bit smaller because they would have looked a little bit more realistic and convenient if you're going out in public, because Lauren knocked herself out on a few doorways a few times because the tentacles were so freaking long. So it'll also be very helpful if you have a face cast of the person that you're doing the makeup on, or of yourself, because you can automatically see like how it's gonna sit. I don't know why I decided to make them that long, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. And I made two, obviously. Look how freaking long that is. Next, in order to try and smooth out the edges, I did cut them up a little bit with scissors. Should have cut them more, but whatever, I'm over it. Now I think Max automatically started painting glue onto the aluminum foil, but I tried that on one of them and it still turned out really bumpy, so I wrapped them with masking tape first, and then I did about 3 layers of glue. Applying the multiple layers of glue really helps to smooth out the tentacle, because tentacles naturally are not very bumpy. Now, I hope everyone likes Cheerios, because that's what you're using to make the suction cup things. I applied a thick layer of glue, and then while it was still wet, I started applying the suction cups, or the Cheerios. Next, I just went to my local Target and got a can of purple hairspray. Make sure you're patient when doing this, because the glue makes the spray, or like the paint, kind of glide off a little bit, so don't be afraid to do multiple layers after it dries. After you're done struggling to get the purple to stick to your tentacle, I also got this acrylic paint. It doesn't have to be acrylic paint, it's just what I had lying around, and it's a super pretty blue, so it was perfect. You're going to need that and one of those foam wedge sponges. I'm dipping it in the paint and then kind of taking most of it off so that it's not like chunks of paint on it, so I'm not overdoing it right away. And then you can kind of see. Also, really try and concentrate on fading the blue out to the purple. Next, I'm taking some white nail polish and I'm just painting the suction cups, and I noticed that it looks better when I painted the inside of the Cheerios as well, so I did that. I forgot to mention and forgot to film that I also painted the bottom of the tentacle blue as well. Next, I'm using the liquid latex and the baking flour technique that Max uses in a lot of her tutorials, and it seems super convenient. I'm taking more latex than I am flour, and I'm barely brushing any of the flour into the bowl of latex. The first time I tried this, I put way too much flour in, and I had to start all over again because it got too chunky. Mix it until the consistency is as good as you think it'll get, and then apply the blob to wherever you want it on the person's face. In order to shape it how I want it, I dipped my finger in water. You could also dip your finger in more liquid latex, but this is where I made the mistake. If anything, I would spend a lot of time on this to make sure that your edges are really nice, because my edges showed really bad, which, I mean, it's my first prosthetic ever, but if I were to go back, I would have spent a lot more time on this and repositioned it just a little bit. Once you feel like you're satisfied with the way the prosthetic looks, leave it to dry overnight and then remove it in the morning or whenever you need it. Once the prosthetic is dry, I dusted the whole thing with flour and then found an edge that I could lift up and started dusting underneath it as well to unstick it from the face cast. I slowly worked on it until I could lift it up from the face cast without breaking it. Next, you need to find yourself a super cute model with a bare face, and I'm starting with a base of just my regular foundation and a light purple shade, and I'm dusting that around the outer corner and the inner corner. Then I'm taking a darker purple and I'm focusing on the outer corner and the inner corner as well, leaving the middle pretty much clear. I also applied a piece of tape around the corner of her eye just so that when I took it off, the eyeshadow was very sharp and gave a cat eye look. Now I'm taking a shimmery purple eyeshadow, as you can see, and I'm only packing that on the middle of her eyelid. giving that halo look. Next, I'm applying the glitter that I use in every single one of my makeup tutorials and packing more purple over that once it has dried. Then you're going to take a water break, chug an entire bottle of water, and go onto eyeliner. I think I already took off the tape, I'm not sure. Do eyeliner, put on some lashes, do your eyebrows, and now moving on to foundation. She didn't bring her shade foundation with her, so I had to use mine and tried to color correct it with a lot of concealer and a lot of white powder that I have for highlighting for my face. So don't worry, right now she looks like the peanut butter baby, but later on I will fix it. Quick fun fact for your knowledge that you're soon going to forget. Lauren and I used to be the exact same foundation shade, and we're about to be again because I have not seen the sun in a while, and it's about to be winter, so rip. And voila, now I am taking a purple shade and I am darkening, like crazy, contouring her face, like crazy. And I also contoured the other side of her face, but I don't know why, because it's going to be covered with the prosthetic anyways. Then I'm contouring her jawbone and bringing it down her neck. For some reason, this is my favorite part. I love contouring like the neck area, so I'm focusing on making her esophagus really pop out by contouring around that. And also her collarbones, and underneath that, I made her look like she had a few ribs protruding out because she's a sick mermaid. She's beautiful, but she's sick because she's got some things coming out her eyes. Next, I'm taking a bluish shade and I'm fading that with the purple on all of the areas that I contoured, including her chest area. This kind of helped to make her look a little bit more fishy and a little bit more sick as well. Sick's not really the word because it's still definitely a glam thing, but you know what I mean. Now for my favorite part, highlight. She gave me this shimmery eyeshadow stuff in all kinds of colors, and it worked perfectly because it was so bright. I'm literally highlighting every part of the glammed out part of her face. Her cheekbones, obviously, her nose. I put it all over her nose, underneath her contour, and all over the side of her forehead that was glammed out, like I said before. Because this really helped to make her look kind of fishy and scaly and wet without sounding disgusting. Now, before gluing anything to anybody's face, including yourself, put Vaseline over your eyebrows if any kind of glue, latex, or adhesive is going to touch that. I even put Vaseline on her eyelashes because the last thing I want to be responsible for is waxing not two, but just one eyebrow off of her face. Now that I'm done ranting, I'm applying spirit gum all over where the prosthetic is going to lay down on her skin and also on the prosthetic. And then I'm waiting for it to get tacky because that's how you know that it is ready to adhere to the skin or to the prosthetic or to wherever you're gluing it to. Once the spirit gum is sticky enough, I applied the prosthetic from the outside of the face to the inside of the face. It was pretty hard to get it to stick to the bridge of her nose because, I mean, it's kind of common sense, it's kind of abnormal and not flat. But it worked once you got it to hold and once you made the person hold it onto their face. Make sure that all of the edges are sealed down as well as you can get them. And then I took liquid latex and I tried to seal off the edges as well, which probably didn't help the look of it, but hey, it stayed on. I then started applying my color foundation to the prosthetic as well, and then powdered the crap out of it to correct the color of it so she didn't have an orange blob on her eyeball. Then I started shading it with a mix of the purple-ish reddish color and a brown to make it look a little bit bruised. Next, I took a black eyeshadow and I started dusting that around where it would be coming out of her eye socket. And then I took a gel black eyeliner eyeshadow thing in my palette and I made it extra dark. Now it's time for the blood. This is literally just chocolate mixed with a lot of red food coloring. Make sure you put a towel over the person's shirt so you don't drip on them and stain it, because I almost did that to Lauren. Put it wherever you feel like it's necessary, and then after that you are done and you have a very scary but beautiful mermaid. If you've made it to the end of the video, then congratulations, you've sat through approximately 10 minutes and 30 seconds of me rambling on how to put subpar makeup onto somebody's face. Thank you so much. No, for real though, thank you for watching, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment down below what you would like to see next, and turn on the notification bell so you know when I post. I hope you enjoyed the video and it was somewhat helpful, and if you have any questions, make sure you comment them down below. I keep telling you to comment down below. I'm going to go now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.